Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world of darkness, and welcome once again to the fuck, dude. Welcome to Rage Across New York, the werewolf venue, or right now the Lupus venue. Today, scene sees Kotori, the alpha of the Hunters of the Lost, on sept ground, which well, it's he's still there because he's a guardian, so he still have to do his duty. But yeah, he's been more in the city for the last days to prepare for his challenge as Den Father, and so now he is near his tree where his den is, and he's just reading a book in lupus form because why not? I can do whatever I want.
I am Alpha.
Exactly. It's it's the moment when you're supposed to arrive, bro.
Yes, I just hit the button. Just hit the button. Easy there, hotshot. Yes, at this point, book will come kind of play trotting. Like he looks like he's playing with something, and those by now can quickly ascertain that uh,
Go on, go on. Don't
he's
mind, don't
playing
mind.
with his wind spirit, and he sees Kotori, and he kind of trots over to him and kind of just headbutts him in the side as he's reading the book there playfully.
Kotori, who is very concentrated on his book, he yeah, let's he probably hears him as the ears just moves, catching the sound, but he's concentrate on his chapter, and he feels the bomb on his head, and he returns the nuzzling to his fellow packmate before he shuts book. He shuts the he shuts the book, not the book. And he turns to book. Oh, hi, book. How are you doing today?
Book as well. Book is very well. And he like kind of flops over on his side and paws at you a couple times.
Kotori gets out of the book and starts to try to top him, which is probably probably kind of pathetic considering that he only has two strength. But yeah, it's like Arr. I'm a fearsome alpha. Bow to me. Arr. Nom 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 nom.
Right? And he does, and he goes, "What are you doing?"
Hmm. Yes, I was reading a book. Human Homid knowledge put on three.
Yes, I know what books are. I understand it is also become joke that book cannot read. We need
Mm,
to. I wish to change this, Alpha. Will you teach me to know ape glyphs?
can see that his ears perks up and he starts to waggle his tail as he seems very happy about the prospect to teach someone. So he he says, "Okay," and he goes back into his den, which whose the entrance is just under this big tree that is marked in blood and claws with symbols that I guess Book would recognize, even if probably he doesn't maybe know what exactly they mean, as a lot of tribes have different glyphs and writings, but the concepts are pretty simple to understand, even if he's not from the same tribe. So He goes inside and he gets back with something in his mouth. Oh, we can solve. And he puts he puts this unicorn doll in front of him. Yes,
What is this?
I used it. I used it teach to teach Smiles in the night to read human glyphs. Yes, and it's distracting. It's funny. Don't you think so? Don't you think so, Miss Unicorn? And he does
He
the
looks
unicorn.
he looks very, very like looking at it.
As you know. So he he puts the unicorn next to him and say, "So, hmm, want to learn about Homid glyphs? Hmm, what is it you know about Homid glyphs?"
Sorry. Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, uh, book knows nothing of the Hamid words.
Hmm. I see. I see. Uh, well, I'm going to start as I did with Smiles, and he starts to take his claws, and actually, actually, he's going to shake. Now he's going to stay into Lupus. He.
It's
Mhm.
it's wits to learn, right?
We didn't made any role, as long as you do scenes, as long as you
Right.
do a scene, you know. But if you want, you can use, I would say, wits or
Because
intelligence.
I think it's intelligence to teach and it's
Hmm.
wits to learn.
Well, I mean, if you want to, use a role for that. But generally, what we did with Smiles and how I was stitched was that just we just did the scene. So
Oh, no,
it's
we're doing the same. I just want to do something to make it easier on both Kotori and Book. Book
oh,
looks
don't worry.
and concentrates for a moment. I'm going to drop a gnosis that I will regain quickly. And I am going to drop my Newman into wits, effectively giving me a 6 in wits. So Book looks all like the air rushes around Book and Kotori, and all of a sudden
Mhm,
there's this like twinkle in Book's eye, and he looks so eager to learn.
mhm. Yes, yes. So he draw a glyph on on the ground, and actually, yep, he breathe on the ground as it's starting to modify, and the the ground takes the shape of a glyph, a garoglyph. That, well, you would know what it is. It's the full moon gift, the glyph for to say a rune.
A
You
is
know.
for a rune,
No,
as it were.
he has drawn on the ground the garu the garu glyph for
Oh, I thought you
a
said
rune.
that transposed over to that glyph. I'm sorry.
Mhm.
So he sees the rune glyph. He recognizes that.
So you know how we describe things with glyphs. That glyphs can have a lot of meaning, lot of different means, or can summon a whole concept.
Of course.
Mm. Homids don't work like that. Homids are, he tries to think a little bit, fragmented, and yet very, very centered. It is a strange thing. For example, Their glyphs don't mean anything alone. Just like a pack of wolf, a lone wolf is can be a lone wolf can be strong, but he's not as strong as a whole pack. For us, Arun is just one glyphs. For them, they are 6. They need 6 of their glyphs to make a rune.
Seems overcomplicated.
Sorry, we need 5. I have no science. I know not mathematics. Yes, but they fuse their glyphs to make them into a more powerful one, and he draw glyphs. As there is apparently a kinfolk with us. He draws under the glyph of Arun. He writes it in Hamid glyphs, the word Arun.
And Book now knows how to spell a rune. See, this is also going to make it easier to teach Book how to spell, because eidetic memory.
Mm-hmm.
So all you have to do is more or less tell him what is what, and he'll remember all of it.
So, as you see there, all those small glyphs makes a whole one. And it works for all of their words. All of their words needs others to make one stronger. And and this time, he breathes once again on the earth and erase the signs, the glyphs, and he gives you the whole alphabet. So these are all the letters, all their glyphs that they have. With
Book takes a long time looking at each letter very closely.
And those letters, they exist in 2 forms. They exist in big form and small forms. As he breathes once again on the ground, and now they are capital letters. Those, how can I put it simply? When they have a lot of rules that I will not go through all of them for now. But they have signs that say that their talking ends. When you end a talk, you put a certain sign, and then when you start again, you will have to make this Big's letter. Big's letter are for concepts such as names. For Bukkabagaunzen, how they would write the word, and he takes the letters that are starting to float from the ground and start to take shape into the umbrella landscape, and you can see your name written, and he says that is your name in the Hamid glyphs.
Book is more or less just silent and taking all of this in and being highly attentive to what his alpha is saying.
And he thinks, so I'm going to give you the letters, and we will try and introduce you to various towns. If you want later, I will make you. I will tell you how to pronounce some of them. So,
and Book just looks at you and goes, if I may,
Hmm.
Alpha.
Yes.
And he looks terrified at the doll. Um,
Yes.
if you tell me what letter is which and what each letter sounds like,
Mm,
Book will remember all of it.
mm. Yes. But there are subtleties in letters of homits. I will tell them to you. For example, the first letter, A. A. Words that start with A, such as avalanche. Hmm, yes. Or give me a word that would start with this sound. A. A is like air. Air. The air.
Oh, sorry.
Even
Air, yes. And a rune, right? Like,
yes. Ah, rune. Yes, yes. It is good. Hmm. Then you have the glyph that is B, B,
B.
B, like bees, bees, yes. Or, yes, go on. Make
Or
examples.
book.
Yes, book. Or biting, bleeding. Mm,
Blood.
yes, blood is nice. And we have other letter which can be complicated. C, which is not like the sea, like water. It's it's not the same thing. But C comes can be said like for claws. Claws start with a C, and as he's playing with the doll, every time he gives you example or you give them, he makes the words in human with the small with the letters that are in the umbra. Mm,
Excellent. And, well, almost technically, Book should know how to read now.
we can continue to the worst letter. D is for Dragos. I think
And
that's how Smiles puts it.
Book puts his ears back when you say that name.
And as you put your airbag, he puts it all on the side, puts his paws. So you've met Dragos, I see?
I have met Weaver Wolf, yes.
Mm. Describe me your experience.
He is loud. He is noisy. He is terrifying to behold. Reminds
Mm.
Book of the city too much.
Mm. Yes, he
He
is of the city.
he believes in himself a great deal, though, has confidence, and
Mm.
is apparently good with Weaver tools. So Book asked him for help. He said that he would. We will see if Weaver Wolf proves useful.
Mm. Yes, Dragos has a certain reputation. Mm. He is. Mm, he thinks a little bit. Dragos is not a bad individual, but I have hard time to consider him true wolf.
He is strange, Lupus. He
Mm.
is strange, Wolf. This is why Book calls him that. Strange Wolf, Weaver Wolf. The way
Oreo
he,
wolf.
the way he looks in the way his appearance represents, uh, in the Umbra on this
Mm.
side is repulsive to Book. But if he can be useful, he just
Mm.
kind of rolls his eyes. We'll see.
Mm. Well, he have participated in the war against the Storm Eater. He have summoned one of your brood, actually. Uh, he have summoned America, or at least I think that's how it's called.
America.
Yes, actually, I laughed my ass off so hard. America is part of Wendigo's brood.
Would make sense.
But yes, but for and this is why it's strange for a weaver, as you call him, weaver wolf. He he made poor decision regarding weaver, regarding grandmother spider. I I gave him a task. He challenged me for fast and I told him that he needed to be more attuned with his wolf, that he needed to serve the wild a little bit more rather than the weaver. So I suggest him to go to a spirit of the wild and get a quest from one of them and accomplish it in the name of the wild. Apparently, he went to a typhoon spirit. And
Why would he do that?
I don't think he thought about it very much. I think he saw a spirit of the wild and he rolled with it, as they say. And basically, the spirit of the wild told him that he needed to mess up a place in the city, a place where it is very strange, but apparently there is a place where Hamids worship their weird, and he kind of thinks, and he modified the umbra, and you see a dollar, a dollar.
Book starts
those
Book
things.
starts growling at this and the concept of it.
Mm. Yes, exactly. There's a place in the city where they worship those things, or something like that. It's very, very Weaver, very, very Weaver tech.
Books looks at it and goes, "Ape's greed leads to nothing but destruction."
Yes, exactly. And he went there and he wrecked things in the name of the Typhoon Spirit. And as a result, the Weaver was not very pleased with the Sept. So Emmet and Silvertongue, they had to do their thing. So so yes, he is strange, even according to the standard of his tribe. But I think that for now, let's call it a lesson, and you can come back to me later. Maybe try mm, ask ask Moonface to write you something, and we will try to read it. Oh yes, I ask her for a small book, a simple one.
Well, okay, I will do this.
And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we can conclude this scene. Thank you, player, for playing. Thank you, watcher, for watching. And we hope to continue this Lupus Sesame Street sessions in the future.
Ta ta.
Bye.